The reason why I want to make this video, by the way, I have no phone on me. I have nothing on me. I have no notes, nothing. This is gonna go top of my head, dolo, just straight up from my head. But I had something in mind because something happened to me yesterday, and I feel like it's one of the biggest hindrances to my own discipline. And I want to be upfront and honest with every single one of you because at the end of the day, that's what builds this connection. That's what builds this movement of us, bro, of high achieving people, high achieving men that want to live extraordinary lives, that are tired of being mid, that are tired of being weak, that don't want to be mid, bro. So, this is something that, in my opinion, I'm going to put this noise canceling mode on because I feel like there's so much freaking background noise, right? But I want to talk about this, bro. Boundaries. In my opinion, if I had to name one thing that hindered my discipline and that still continues to hinder my discipline in this day, is boundaries. Is not having boundaries. When you don't have boundaries, bro, that's when you let random stuff come back into your life. And you have to realize the way discipline works, right? It's you're operating at a peak. You're over here, you're doing all the good habits, you're taking off your work blocks and whatever, you're freaking killing it, right? And what happens is, once you let off your guard, once you let go of your guard, you slowly, what happens is, it starts to go down and down and down and down, because you start letting in stuff. You start letting in, for example, TV shows. You start letting in, for example, it's okay if I sleep a little bit late. It's okay if I sleep a little bit, late, and I talk with a friend of mine or something. Boundaries. Most of discipline, if you had to name it, if you had to give it a word to define it, it would be called boundaries, bro. It's having boundaries that you're not gonna cross. Why? Because it represents something that's considered weak, the opposite of discipline. What's the opposite of discipline? Comfort. And we don't want to be comfortable people, because what that means is that we're weak, right? Being comfortable, always staying the same, it just defines a weak person. So the reason why we are hindering our discipline, a lot of it, I'm telling you right now, is from boundaries. And I'll give you the story what happened yesterday. I was speaking with my friend, right? I was speaking with my friend, and the thing is, like, he's not really on self improvement right now. I'm trying to get him on self improvement, bro. I'm trying to, like, get him to get the bad habits away. I'm trying to make him go to the gym, and he's going to the gym now, so it's very good to see that. But he still calls me sometimes, like FaceTimes me late, right? And yesterday he FaceTimed me at around, like, I think 10:30. I think 10:30 or 11. So we started speaking from 11. Bro, imagine, yeah, 11. Imagine 11 p.m. Right? Like, that's when I was supposed to go to sleep. But yet I'm like, nah, it's just a friend of mine. It's just a friend of mine. So I'm gonna speak to him. I mean, he's a really good, nice person, right? But what ended up happening is, I let him. We ended up speaking, and we went to 1:30. Like, we spoke till 1:30, and then by the time I slept, it was probably 2 a.m. And I had to wake up again. At what time? I had to wake up at around 7. I woke up today at 7:30. I literally woke up later than I was supposed to. See, when you don't have boundaries, not only are you not doing what you're telling yourself to do, but you're actually destroying your discipline for the next day. You're destroying your discipline for the next day. This is especially prevalent when you have family that come over, when you have siblings that, like, they have. Maybe you have your own inner freaking monkey brain that's telling you, please just do this, like, it's okay, one time it's okay. You have to realize, these are just temptations. These are just temptations from the devil. These are just your temptations from your younger self that just wants to escape reality. Okay. It's so important to keep your habits as, like, a freaking, as a temple. Like, it's so important to make sure that it's actually one of the most important things, like, to take it so seriously, especially your mornings. You might not realize, but you probably haven't set boundaries and rules that you have to stick to for the morning. For example, the mornings for you could be very scattered despite you being on self improvement. The mornings for you could be just doing a bunch of mindless work, even though you should have a task list ready to know what to do. Let's be honest, right? I used to have mornings that are so just mindless, extremely mindless. Like I would sit at my desk and I would just like write a bunch of stuff, do a bunch of random stuff, click on videos, and then I would catch myself, bro. I would literally catch myself start watching content first thing during my deep work hours. By the way, I don't know. Sorry, but keep looking there. There's like there's like a retarded squirrel that is like playing around in trees or something, But like it's cute, But yeah, like boundaries. Oh my goodness, bro. It's like you need to have boundaries in every single point of your life, even at night. You need to have some night boundaries. Like for example, your freaking sleep schedule, sleep routine. Have a nighttime routine because that's so important. When I had a nighttime routine, I'm telling you right now, it it freaking it made everything so much easier. I slept so much better. I slept earlier and I woke up the next day actually feeling like working, actually feeling like grinding. Half of our discipline, the reason why we don't feel like doing our work, we're actually hindering so much because of the fact that we don't have any boundaries. So, what are your boundaries? Are your boundaries, for example, from now on, I'm not going to watch random content anymore, especially first thing in the morning? Especially first thing in the morning. I'm going to have a nice morning routine. And also with that morning routine, I'm gonna know exactly what to do, what works to do, where I have to go. You have to have a clear vision of how your day is gonna be like, bro. And I'm not saying to have a full on routine hour by hour. If that helps, then do it, bro. I'm saying to have a clear a roadmap of exactly where you wanna go. Because if you know that, at least the mindlessness goes away, then you're not mindless anymore. I've had to recall, but I think most of my lack or most of my reasons why I wasted so much time. 6 months have gone by, 7 months have gone by, and I still haven't made any progress. If I had to think about it, oh yeah, 100%, it's all boundaries. I just realized 7 months of my self improvement, 7 months of entrepreneurship, trying to build a business. The reason why I haven't made any progress is because of boundaries. One of the reasons why. Another reason, and I can make another video about this, is macro focus. Right, macro focus is like, imagine you right now, you set out to do something. Let's say you just told yourself, you know what, I'm gonna make $10,000 a month with YouTube, right? As an example, and then a few couple weeks goes by, and then you just give up. You're like, oh no, I'm not YouTube. Let's just do drop shipping, for example. Like you keep switching, right? You need to have long term focus. But I'll make another video about that after. What I'm talking about is boundaries. Boundaries. When my cousin is coming uh to my room, my little cousin, he's gonna wanna play around with me. Of course, my little cousin. But I need to tell him, or I need to at least tell him, like, I'm busy right now. We can play later. I know it's tempting for some of us. We might have girls. Like, no, I'm not talking about freaking daughters. I mean, you might have a daughter. I'm talking about like having a girlfriend or having a wife. And I don't. I'm single. I don't thanks to God. But I'm just saying, like, for some of you, like, you might have a girlfriend, and if you don't have boundaries, first of all, she's not gonna respect you for not having boundaries, and you know that deep down. If you pedestalize her and put her first before your mission, you know deep down she's gonna become disappointed and she's gonna lose respect for you very quickly. So number one, it doesn't even help in your favor. But number two, it's a win-win situation if you have boundaries because she's gonna be more respectful of you, and she's gonna respect your time and she's gonna respect you more because she sees you someone who respects their own time. I have a feeling that a lot of the reasons why we don't even have boundaries is the fact that we don't even respect our time, we don't respect ourselves. And this is why some YouTubers, like for example Hamza or Iman Ghazi, they would say like, bro, you should like value your time. Like you should put some money value to the time that you have, like your hourly rate. What is your hourly rate? $60, $70, $50. We need to put like an hourly rate, bro. Then we can value our time accordingly. Because if I'm just there, be like, oh, my hour is worth $100, even though technically we're not being charged hourly, we're not being paid hourly. But if you just take your hourly rate so important and you truly believe that's worth $100, that's a freaking big deal, bro. Like you're like, oh wow, so that's $100 gone if I waste this hour. Now, am I saying that you need to freaking spend every single hour of the day like worrying about business? No, bro. Of course, have family time. Of course, go to the gym, read, learn. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when it comes to especially your important times of work, when you're working, that's when you need to have boundaries, bro. So you know what, bro? This is what I'm gonna call you out a little bit. I'm gonna call you out. I think most of your boundaries you're destroying first thing in the day. You're destroying most of. I mean, I don't know. You might not even have boundaries, but most of the day, especially at the beginning of your deep work hours, I'm telling you right now, you're probably not even having boundaries right now, which is why it's resulting in watching content in the morning, which is why it's resulting in procrastination, which is why your brain doesn't feel like doing the work because you're so used to watching content, especially first thing in the morning. You're always giving yourself so much higher dopamine release first thing in the morning. Obviously, you're not gonna want to do the work. When you're watching Iman Ghazi buying his 17th Lamborghini, I always say that example. I don't know if he has 17 Lamborghinis, bro. I'm just saying it. Or his 20th watch, Rolex, whatever he is, probably has more than that. It's sure it's one thing you're getting inspired. Another thing, you're making that image that like you're always gonna be chasing that, and you're always like gonna compare yourself. So when you compare Iman Ghazi's lifestyle to your freaking desk that you're gonna work on, it's not the same, which is why your brain doesn't feel like doing the work. The number one rule that allowed me to finally lock in my discipline, the number one mindset, one of the main mindsets that helped me just finally stop doing the BS that I was doing and really take it to my potential, really push my discipline to my potential and work harder than I've ever worked before. As someone who previously thought I had ADHD, it was making boundaries. I realized my biggest hindrance was watching content. But it wasn't content itself. It was a symptom of content. It was what content represented. And I realized I can't watch content. So I realized I put that to the side. I told myself, no. Either either you're not gonna watch any content or you're gonna be watching long form content only. I made that boundary within myself. I'm someone who cannot balance TV shows and content. Maybe in the future when I get more stronger in my brain, maybe I will be. But for now, I cannot balance TV shows, anime, whatever people watch, video games with work and discipline. I can't. So for me, I made that one rule. I'm not going to be watching any content but long form. So that means that I stop watching the vlogs by Iman Ghazi. That means I stop watching um, Andrew Tate vlogs, for example, or like other like random mindless content that for someone who's trying to build and to get somewhere, you should not be watching that. It's one thing if you're just a freaking 15-year-old, 16-year-old, you're being inspired, that's different. But if you're someone who's older, a little bit older, and you're truly like you need to build something, otherwise, you have so much on the line. You have family that's pressuring you. You have university that's pressuring you. You have a job that's freaking stupid and dumb, and and you don't want to work there, and you have this urge like you need to get to freedom, right? We're all trying to get freedom at the end of the day, bro. We know this system that they created for us. It's freaking it's the Matrix they call it, and I believe it. I think it is. I truly think it is. If you have all this stuff on the line, you need to like take that seriously. You're not a 16-year-old or 15-year-old or 14-year-old that yeah, sure, like maybe you want to become an entrepreneur. A lot of 14-year-olds want to become entrepreneurs now, which is good, but like they don't have that same drive and urge because they don't have stuff on the line. When I know that I have university in 2 months, I have to go back. When I know that if I if this doesn't work out, I have to go. I have to go to a job that I hate or dislike. In 2 years from now or a year from now, when I know that I'll be making very less income, when I know that I wouldn't be able to serve or really do the goals that I have, that puts a lot on the line. So have these rules, bro. Make these distinct rules and be freaking honest. But just be honest with yourself. You know that this is actually like figure out what is your biggest bottleneck, what is making you, like, really mess up your discipline, and make that one boundary. Be like, I'm not gonna do that. It's as simple as just knowing what's your biggest hindrance. That's it, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it's that simple. And I made a video recently. I'll put it in the description down below. I don't know if it'll be out by then, but I think it will be. Yeah, it'll be out by then. By the time you'll see this video in the description, I made like a full on like presentation on how to stop self sabotaging, and like how to like have your how to become so disciplined to the point where like you don't have these big relapses, right? I'm sure you're having these big relapses right now. So a lot of us, where we do good for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then we just end up falling down into freaking oblivion, and we start playing video games, and then freaking we play till like 3 a.m. We watch this, this it's freaking, it's degenerate. So I made a video on how to stop literally letting hitting rock bottom every couple of weeks. First link description down below. I recommend you after this watch this, because now since you know you have the boundaries, that video helps you like truly like understand the reasons why you do end up relapsing, you do end up letting go of your boundaries, and how to build strong boundaries. So watch that video. I'll put a link in the description down below. Other than that, this is all I have to say. Make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you have boundaries, bro. Otherwise, you're gonna be the same for the rest of your life. Again, remember, a man who doesn't respect himself, others won't respect him. This is why others are taking up your time. This is why YouTube videos are taking up your time. Imagine an inanimate object like a YouTube video. It's not even an object, a freaking pixel. You're letting pixels take over your time. Like this, what you're watching right now for me is a bunch of pixels. If this is taking your time from doing the work, this isn't worth your time. But if this benefited you, then take what I said, take it to freaking action, and understand. Don't let people take your time, and especially don't let freaking pixels take your time. Everyone's trying to grab your attention on YouTube. Obviously that's the freaking game. So make sure that you watch YouTube at specific times when you have allowed yourself to do so. All right. Other than that, bro, I love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Check the first link description down below of that video. And yeah, I'll see you very soon, bro.